Tell me about the storyline with Tommy when he was an amnesiac.
Oh, that's a wonderful story. I thought, well, there should be. It'd be nice if there was another person. There was Mickey and there was Bill Horton, and so I brought sandwiched in the idea that there was also another one, Tommy Horton, right? And he was in Vietnam, but then he came back and he sort of isolated himself. He's a doctor, and he's in a small city somewhere in the Midwest, and then Bill Horton, and he lost his identity. He kept his ability to practice, and Bill Horton now is the other brother, okay? And he is a doctor. And he developed a problem with his hand. I forget what the technical medical name is for it, but he couldn't do surgery anymore. And if ever a man was determined to be a surgeon and a great surgeon, it was him, and it just killed him. And he wanted nothing to do with medicine anymore, and he just took off. No one knew where he was going. And what he did, he by fate and coincidence, he ended up in a small town, and where he met Tommy Horton. Now, Tommy Horton didn't have the last name Horton, and but they become. But Bill Horton was an angry man, and Tommy was more of a gentleman. But each of them had their flaws. Back in Salem, Tom Horton, who was practicing in just everyone's favorite doctor. He's just a wonderful guy, McDonald Carey, and he's up in his lab, and he has monkeys there. One monkey particularly, and we got to know that monkey a little bit. But in any event, he would reflect on how Tommy, just loved this animal and stuff like that. So we get to the point where where Tommy talks Bill into going back home, and he'll take him back with him. So he brings Bill back home, and it's not as though he's leading him by the hand, because Bill is really, I forget what had happened. Maybe his hand was regenerated. But in any event, Tommy brought him home, and then Tom Horton Sr. was so happy, he took Bill and took him home. And while he's gone, and he's with his wife, he's saying, God, we got Tom. At least, we got to have Bill home. And I imagine if we didn't, he might have said, now if only we had Tommy. Well, at that point, we go to the lab and we see this other doctor walking into the hospital. Into the lab. And all of a sudden, the monkey goes crazy. Okay? We didn't tell an audience anything, except we told them everything.
So they knew, but...
No, they didn't know. Because he had a lot of damage, physical damage, Tommy, when he was in Korea. So he looked differently, but the monkey could smell or sense something. And it was a fabulous story, because we didn't tip it to an audience right away. And slowly, but one by one, they picked up on the story. And I promise you, it's just a fabulous